E-bikes have long been a sore spot in the cycling community. They were seen as cheating, the easy way out, or low effort by the self-identified cyclists or purists. And while it is really fun and a complete joy to hop on a vintage steel bike or a road bike and start discovering a love for cycling, there are some people that have some barriers that prevent them from hopping on a bicycle and enjoying it like so many of us can. E-bikes are also targeted towards people who want to replace their car commutes or better their health. In this series, we cover a brief history, what to look for in an e-bike, serviceability, and the types of e-bikes you can choose from.
As gas prices continue to skyrocket, more and more people are turning to e-bikes.
If you've seen the news or the types of bikes you see on the street, it's clear that the e-bike is the future of getting around. However, the story of the e-bike goes all the way back to the 1890s. The 1890s was an incredible decade of discoveries, societal changes, and lasting impact. While the science behind electricity was well known in the 19th century, it wasn't until 1893 at the Chicago's World Fair where the world got its first glimpse at an extraordinarily bright future. Dubbed the White City, the fairgrounds were lit up with over 100,000 incandescent lights, using new technology invented by Nikola Tesla. Other extraordinary discoveries were the gases neon, xenon, and krypton, and even X-rays. With all these discoveries, one pivotal invention that changed the face of the planet, the gasoline-powered automobile. Now, the story isn't about the car, but rather the big hurdles that battery technology has faced. While the first practical e-bike was invented in 1895, it was incredibly heavy and inefficient for everyday use. Nonetheless, all the discoveries made then are now propelling the future of battery and motor technology. Companies such as Bosch, Shimano, and Yamaha have been the leading manufacturers of premium batteries and electric motors that are used by many of the top bicycle brands around the world. It is with this evolution of e-bike batteries and motors that people are now choosing to get around their cities via two wheels rather than the car. E-bikes were not at all commonplace at curbside, even just a few years ago. But over the past decade, we've watched carefully, witnessed shifts in technology, in the research and design that was put into e-bike systems, and that has really caught our attention. Just as we carefully curated our selection, from ornate Danish bikes to family-moving cargo bikes, we needed to take the same approach to electric bikes as well. We took this approach because while there are good ones out there on the market, there are also bad ones that have been made dominant by social media marketing. Just because a company pours their money into marketing schemes, that doesn't mean their product is of quality or lasting power. And that's where we, Curbside Cycle, want to come in and be educators and curators of the best options that you can invest in. There are a few key items that you want to focus on when investing in an e-bike system. Just like what you would want in a car, you expect a level of service and quality in that investment so you don't spend your time and money on things that should not be breaking down or giving out. Our e-bikes are built to last and need no more than the annual tune-up to make sure the e-bike is up to date on software and everything mechanical is running efficiently. If you opt for an inexpensive e-bike, there are very few shops that will work on them. You will have to deal directly with manufacturers for any defects, and you may even have to learn to fix the bike yourself, all of which can be extremely time-consuming and cost you more over time than if you opted for a streamlined and well-designed bike. These are the three big things that we look at when we curate our lineup of e-bikes: e-assist ecosystem, high-quality frame and parts, and after-sales maintenance. The e-assist ecosystem is by far one of the most important aspects of the bike. Over the years, we found ourselves gravitating more towards bike manufacturers that use brands like Shimano, Bosch, and Yamaha, all of which have some of the best mid-drive motors on the market. The reason why we stick to these offerings is really simple. These three have some of the best research and design, quality, and have the most experience. In each of their ecosystems, they have best-in-class motors, batteries, and control units. Bosch even goes a step further and offers control units with customizable options, GPS, and even alerts when it's time to bring your bike in for service. In a separate video, we will discuss in greater detail why it is we love these brands so much. While a bike can have the best e-assist batteries and motors, it still needs to be propped up by high-quality frame and parts. Steel and aluminum will be the two best options for e-bike frames, but aluminum is used for most. Aluminum has the ability to be shaped into ways that can conceal the battery and motors impeccably. It is also lightweight and incredibly strong, plus it doesn't rust. If less servicing is what you're after, you'll also want high-quality components such as wheels, drivetrain units, and braking systems. Since e-bikes are significantly heavier than their counterparts, you want to make sure you have high-quality double-rim wheels with heavier spoke gauges and cartridge bearings. The stronger wheels can withstand potholes, ensure a secure and smooth ride, and handle the extra weight of the battery and motor. Paired with high-quality tires such as Schwalbe or Continental, you'll be riding carefree for miles. That is also true with the drivetrain. For city riding, we highly recommend internal gear hubs such as Shimano, Enviolo, or Roll-Off, paired with a Gates belt drive. The ride will run smoother, there'll be no grease stains, and way less maintenance. And while these technologies are becoming far more widespread, if you plan bike tours across the prairies or mountains, we recommend a bike that uses a 10, 11, or even 12-speed external drivetrain. The replacement parts are far more accessible on these adventures, and very user-friendly to replace on the side of the road if need be. Whether you stick to just city riding or touring, you want the best braking systems, such as Magura, Shimano, or Tektro. All of these brands offer top-of-the-line brakes, which have easily accessible service kits and pad replacements, which any reputable bike shop will have access to. The third and definitely most important thing to any bike, but especially e-bikes, is the after-sales maintenance. This is often overlooked, as you just want to get out on your bike and go for a ride. If you opt for a cheaper e-bike, you'll probably be stuck in an endless loop of paying for repairs, or as we said earlier, repairing the bike yourself. Many of the parts and components that you find on cheap e-bikes require you to deal directly with the manufacturer. In many cases, you could be stuck waiting months for these parts to come in from other countries. And once they arrive, you're on your own. This is in contrast to e-bikes where you have to put more money up front, but you get great warranty periods, backed quality, easily accessible parts, and more bike shops willing to work on the bike. A quality e-bike is a big purchase. There's many layers of things to consider and no one size fits all. You have to ask yourself what you're using it for, if it will be a car replacement, and how often you're actually going to use it. To many, spending thousands on an e-bike may seem outlandish, but once you peel back the layers, the cost of constant repairs on a cheap e-bike or a car, and even your own energy, it begins to make sense where you'll end up saving money in the long run. As well, a high-quality e-bike will make you want to ride more and leave the car behind. If you have long commutes, you'll find a gain in health, and with the help of pedal assist, more energy to do things. Stay tuned for the next e-bike episode, choosing the right e-cargo bike for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel.